Give me a camera to flirt with, an Oscar, I deserve it. The lights, the fame, the press, this game I play it every day.
And hello everyone, it is Peter Sam, the Narrow Gauge Engine here, back again with yet another video, and today we'll be covering what is believed to be the best of the best by IMDB raters when it comes to what is their pick for the favourite episode from each season of Thomas & Friends. There will be some obvious picks and some picks that honestly took me off guard. Either way, I'm extremely excited to get this underway, so let's begin at the end, like we sometimes do now, and work from Brenner to the classic stuff. Season 21's pick is one I've harped on about in countless videos, in which I talk about the season's best, with 8.7 stars to its name, Springtime for Diesel, as I've said numerous times before. Whoa!
Stop right there, criminal scum!
Thuarez the Ivor Engine? From the Thuarez the Ivor Engine YouTube channel? What are you doing here?
The fans are sick of you constantly going on about the same damned Season 21 episode. It's time you let the other episode that got the same number of stars take the spotlight.
What other episode? Oh, well that's strange. Why did that one do so well?
Allow me to enlighten you. Dowager Hat's Busy Day is classic because it jabs at the fact that the nitrogen era was bad, for the fact that all 80 episodes, the Fat Controller had someone doing a ridiculous job, ranging from delivering a balloon on a truck, delivering a cake on a truck, delivering his car on a truck. And yes, I'm talking about that truck, not a lorry truck, but point being, Lee Pressman decided to make fun of Sharon Miller's writing, and lo and behold, we got one of the better episodes of Season 21.
Thanks, you can go now.
I'll be watching, Peter Sam. Always watching.
Oh, that was fucking weird. Anyway, on to season 20, and this season houses the highest rated episode of all time, beating out every classic series episode by quite a bit to be fair, and that episode is surprisingly tit for tat. Now, looking at it from a certain standpoint, I can understand why this is so highly rated with a whopping 9.4 stars. The hype around seeing this first Railway series adapted episode in decades would have been tremendous, and with tit for tat being the first one, 10 out of 10s would have been thrown out just for that alone. And whilst I do prefer the next two stories, which also did get highly rated, tit for tat is still decent. It's by no means a standout for me really, but the most obvious thing is that the crew have done this to show us they still care, and us fans can appreciate that. Still cannot believe it beat every single classic era episode though. I bet Brenner is buzzing with that to this day. Season 19 is filled to the brim with great episodes in my opinion, although there are a few that are awful really. But we're not here to talk about the bad today, but the good, and the highest rated episode from this season is Diesel's Ghostly Christmas, Part 2. Although I think the first part had the better ghost engines, if you can call them that, this still has some great moments, and that ending just does hit good. Christmas episodes in any long-running TV show always hit good, not just Thomas. For example, NCIS has quite a good selection in Faith and Homesick, but yeah, since Part 2 has the change in Diesel's behaviour and growth in character, as well as keeping the Christmas themes of the first part, I believe that's why it's voted as the best of the bunch.
You shall not pass!
You're gonna break my fucking door down! Another tie, really, as well. What other episode has got the same rating?
Den and Dart.
Ah, well, you know what, that's actually quite understandable. Take it away.
To be honest, the only appeal I see from Den and Dart is the fact that Den, I'm pretty sure, yeah it is Den, got separated from Dart, which, by the way, they are two characters who never got a spotlight role, ever, and, Christ, I don't even remember the last time we actually saw them in the Brenner era. So, like, for all I know, this could have been, like, their first episode since, like, season 16. Yeah, I'm actually kinda interested as to why IMDb finds this so popular. Like, it's cool that we get to see Mavis again. It's cool that Toby's not a wimp in this one, even if he's, like, just been acting as, like, a curmudgeon sort of character. So, yeah, it was a very interesting one when I was watching it.
But that's great and everything, but could you please knock next time? You know, what normal people do?
Never.
With a whopping 9 stars, Season 18's pick is another understandable one. Duncan and the Grumpy Passenger is a bit menial, but has some beautiful shots and some pretty amusing interactions. Duncan, first of all, getting his own episode for the first time in like 6 seasons is amazing. And second of all, the narrative following him meeting someone more belligerent than him is quite amusing, as well as his attempts to shut the bloke up, basically. It's a fun little tale and definitely harkens back to something that feels like Thomas in its infancy. Season 17 is a great season with loads of good episodes, but we were only ever expecting one episode to be the pick, and that is Henry's Hero. The dynamic at play here is extremely strong, with both characters having learned something by the end. Henry learns the art of determination, and Hero learns the art of sensibility and being responsible. And even when the pair disagree over this clash of ideology, neither really dislike the other all that much. They respectfully go through with their decisions and stick to it until it goes too far. This ends up leading to a great scene of Henry pushing heavy flatbeds, as well as a broken down Hero up Gordon's hill. Henry's willpower is just amazing to see on screen, and it's such a triumphant feeling. No wonder that this got rated the best of the season. Of course, it was always going to be this one. We're moving on to the back end of the hit era now with Season 12. The drop in quality from Season 17 is clear, as the highest rated episode there got 8.6 stars, whereas this season's highest rated episode only got 5.6, and that episode is James Works It Out. It makes use of Hector as a secondary character and demonstrates his growth from the last episode that starred him. As well as this, James is actually in character, and visually, this episode is pretty distinct. Nowhere near as many highs as the previous entries on this video, but still nowhere near as awful as the lows of this season. If you saw episode 1 of Thomas Defended, you'll definitely know what I mean. Speaking of Hector, his introductory episode, Hector the Horrid, is here as the highest rated Season 11 episode. It's not my personal choice, but still great regardless, as we get to see this really defensive and angry character open up in a rather sad scene. We also get Thomas in one of his best starring roles of the season, protecting Rosie and getting understandably pissed off at Hector's reluctance. Speaking of Rosie, it is just nice to see her again too, even if it isn't the most creative role out there. Once again, not too many highs, but enough to secure it on this list. It's Good to Be Gordon is the clear standout for Season 10, and it seems that IMDB agrees with me. Gordon's guilt and his dealing with that is a great plot that teaches the kids some great morals, and it's quite refreshing in comparison to some of the more stale plots within the season. I don't want to repeat myself too much with this, but if you want more clarification, check out my top 10 best hit era episodes video, or my Season 10 ranked video, although I have a feeling I'll be repeating myself with this suggestion in a few moments. With 8.4 stars, Respect for Gordon is such an undisputed high point of Season 9, and when you have a plot that takes into consideration the perspective of both Gordon and the other engines, it's easy to see why. It makes that ending where they come together at the end so powerful and feel really amicable, as opposed to condemning one side or the other. Things like that which really push the episode higher up, as opposed to something like Thomas and the Rainbow, with a repetitive formula, dumb plot, and cheesy ending, or something like Scarlowy the Brave, which is outright hurtful to all of our souls. Oh goody! Another episode I put at the top of the list is the favourite of the IMDb viewers. Halloween is the best from Season 8 because the music, the sets, the narration, the lighting and the props all come together and work in tandem to give off the perfect aesthetic, and then runs with it tremendously. Whilst the lack of supernatural influence definitely makes it weaker than the spooky episodes of Sorrow Past, it can definitely still hold its own because it is just pure entertainment from start to finish. I definitely never see anyone complain when it comes to this episode, and there's a good reason why. For Season 7, the episode which is rated highest is, surprise surprise, Gordon and Spencer. I think this was obvious for us all, as this episode begins one of the most iconic rivalries of all time within the franchise, and it's a perfect dynamic. An engine who takes Gordon's negative traits and ups them by 10 is amazing, and what's more, his design is amazing. Spencer is one of the most beloved characters in the entirety of the show, and we have this introductory episode to thank for that. Plus, this one has the callback to Edward and Gordon with its narrative, but places Gordon in Edward's position to what it was previously. Such a genius cycle and such a genius episode overall. Season 6 is the black sheep of the classic series, if I do say so myself, a very controversial one that many fans have mixed opinions on, and the episode rated highest reflects this a lot. Thomas the Jet Engine is one that halts the realism aspect of the show slightly to allow for some really fun runaway scenes and general comedic moments. Definitely one of the best from the season, and according to these IMDB users, the best overall in their opinion. Speaking of these IMDB users, what the hell, guys? A tie of 4 episodes for Season 5's best episode? What the shit? Alright, I'm just going to try and run through these one at a time and just try and be quick with it.
And can you feel the love tonight?
No! My door!
Shh. Shut up. We have much to cover, little one.
Alright then, why are you calling me a young one? I'm like 100, but I'll start then whilst you're repairing my fucking door. Haunted Henry is a spooky episode with a fun mystery that keeps you intrigued. Doesn't sound all that impressive when it's only 5 minutes long, but let's remember how TikTok has fucked up our attention spans. Good sets, good crash, and a good choice for the top pick. Now for Suarez to talk about the next episode.
Next up, we have Busy Going Backwards. This is one of 2 Oliver and Toad episodes from Season 5, and in all honesty, I actually kind of prefer Oliver's Find over Busy Going Backwards, but that being said, Busy Going Backwards is a fun episode. It has a really cool runaway, a really interesting take on the runaway theme by adding the William Tell overture. Not to mention, we never, outside of Toad Stands By, this is the first Toad-centric episode, and it's a really interesting perspective because up until this point we never had an episode that focuses on rolling stock as opposed to the engines or the Fat Controller, as seen in Lady Hat's Birthday Party and the other episode that's blanking in my mind. But regardless, Busy Going Backwards is a fun episode, and I can see why a lot of people would rate it high. I can see why IMDB rated it so high. Busy Going Backwards, it's a fun episode. We all get a good chuckle out of Toad ending up in a pond. It has a very nice message that really only fits with Toad. And now here's Peter Sam's thoughts on the next episode. Have fun with that.
Rusty and the Boulder for me is such a good showcase into the amazing sets, brilliant atmosphere, and I mean, who doesn't like to see a boulder smashing up shit? This is the only episode ever to have an actual explosion, and I think it's clear that there was true dedication and loads of effort crammed into every single shot. Also, why does the boulder have a face? Like, what the actual fuck?
Alright, now that we're done with that episode, Toby and the Flood. There's honestly not much to explain than what has already been said, but Toby and the Flood is a cinematic masterpiece for Season 5. I like the fact that the music just keeps going in the background. The dramatic tension that climbs and climbs and climbs all the way through. That's honestly pretty much everything that's currently going on in my head right now. Now, Toby and the Flood is a very well-deserved pick for being at the top of Season 5's popularity list, and I can see why a lot of people, because Toby is a really amazing character, paired with Percy and Harold, just like the sheer holy fuck, are they about to die from when they see the sign. Like, my personal favorite is Make Someone Happy, but I can definitely see why people see this episode is their favorite.
Well, thank you once again, Suarez. I don't know how you found my address, but cheers.
Well, you shouldn't have spiked the water in my water tower. To infinity and beyond!
I'm not sure we have the rights to that. I think they might copyright. Okay. Let's move on. Now, god damn it, it's my favourite season 4. But the choice of episode for best is Fish, and look, I get it. It's visually stunning, but come on, we had so many beautiful narrow gauge episodes to choose from, and you pick that? Really? Look, credit where credit is due. This one is very masterfully done, and I think it's gone pretty far up in my rankings since when I did my re-rank. And no, this is not cause for you lot to start thinking that I'm going to do a re-rank series, because that may just send me over the edge. This episode is undeniably good, but personally I disagree with the choice made by the users of the site as this being the best. Another unsurprising pick with Season 3, as Escape got 8.7 stars, the musical score is genius, the lighting is quite something, and the whole narrative of Douglas finding this engine who has escaped from the clutches of death is so invigorating that you can't help but keep your eyes glued to the screen. Also, Oliver's better than Duck, so there's that. No, that's not one up for debate. Wompity womp to my Duck fans out there. I'm surprised that the top 3 from my Season 2 viewer ranking didn't actually make this pick for Season 2, as I was sure that Old Iron, A Close Shave or Edward's Exploit would make it, but no, the 4th place pick in Ghost Train got rated the highest. I think Thomas fans in general love the spookier shit, that's why episodes like Haunted Henry and Halloween get a lot of love, and why the whole Sodor Fallout thing exists. We'll never understand why, but there you go. But Ghost Train is genius in its narrative, in its set design and lighting. It ticks all the boxes, and it's especially impressive considering that this was the crew's first attempt at creating that atmosphere. They did a brilliant job too, as evidenced by the fact that it has made this list. But now let's move on to the final season left to talk about. The pick for Season 1 is of course the Flying Kipper. What else was it going to be? I've basically covered everything this episode does well in other segments of this video and in other videos before, but the music, the model work, the lighting and the set design with that frosty look all stand out. The crew talking about how good the cocoa is before they're about to see their lives flash before their eyes is morbidly comical too. It was always going to be this pick. Over the years, the general fan consensus on episodes can waver and change. Just look at ones like Grandpuff as an example. That was the undeniable pick for best of Season 4, and now I think people are drawing attention to other great episodes that also deserve that placement from that season. But I'm confident that The Flying Kipper will not see this fate, and will always be held as the best of Season 1. And that is a well-deserved title in my opinion. Big thank you all so much for watching this video. Big shout out to Thwaras the Ivor Engine for helping me with this one and breaking down my door multiple fucking times. Someone call Auto Glass Repair, Auto Glass Replace. Wait, no, they do windows. Fuck, it's in the name. Anyway, that is all the time I have left for this video today. Please like it if you like what you watched today, and if you're new, give that subscribe icon a little press, a little tickle, if you want more of this kind of shit from me. With all that said, I've been Peter Sam, you've been you, and I'm off to IKEA. And here is a little blooper reel of me trying to record this and stumbling on every fucking line, and then singing some Mariah Carey songs. Enjoy.
Now, there's probably going to be a lot of cutting for you.
Me wire's fallen down. Call Fireman Sam quickly. Fucking wires.
Hang on. A big shout out to the Ginger Engine. Really?
The pick for Season 1. Something break then, fucking hell. I think it might have just been the wire. Okay, well, fucking wires again. Oh, I can't wait for the blooper reel of this shit.
Also, speaking of Series 19, Emily and Caitlin. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's just a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. When I close my eyes, you come entertain me. No, my door! Don't know why I turned into Mickey Mouse then. Huh? We built this city on chocolate roads. It's Willy Wonka time. Rusty and the Boulder for me is such a good fuck. It's like I'm fucking calling a cat. Come here, little kitty. Come here before I fucking punt you. It's just a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. I need to stop singing. It's fucking annoying.